Good morning, and welcome to this live broadcast of Three Country Ride to Cure Breast Cancer, presented by SpotLink and benefiting the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Today, as part of our daily Morning Mingle series, we have the pleasure of speaking with Katie Gibson, Tourism Director, City of Boonville. Hey, Katie, thank you for being here today.
Oh, it's a pleasure having you here.
So, can you tell us a little bit about Boonville?
Of course, Boonville is one of the oldest towns in central Missouri. There's a huge wave of migration after Louisiana Purchase, and obviously the Boone family that came in this way. And so they really thought Boonville was going to be a really big up-and-coming town. And so we've really grown a lot of neat industry, from our steamboats to two different major railroads, obviously the MKT line, which is now the Katy Trail. We had a major highway that came through. And so we've been just an incredible little community. I love when people come in, they just have such a great experience, because we still have that really wonderful small town atmosphere where people, everybody waves, and it's just that great charm of the small town. And so we're centrally located right in the state. We're partway, halfway across on the Katy Trail. So we're just a wonderful mix of different types of tourism here. We have Warm Springs Ranch, which is a Budweiser Clydesdale breeding facility.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's their only one they have in the country, and they now have training there as well. And so we get a ton of visitors because of that. Obviously, the Katy Trail brings in thousands of visitors a year. But we just have a great charm. We have a casino, we have an 18-hole golf course, great shops and restaurants in town. So it's a wonderful place to come and visit, and everybody loves having visitors here.
Yeah, and we're on the Katy Trail today. It's a great little biking route here in central Missouri. Goes actually most of the state.
Yeah. There's now a Rock Island spur, so really you can almost go from Kansas City all the way across to St. Louis, or on a private hiking and biking trail. So you, for the most part, don't have to deal with a whole lot of traffic, and beautiful scenery along the way. A lot of rural agricultural. Get to ride along the river, see some really unique sights, and it's a beautiful, beautiful ride.
Yes, it certainly has been. So, how did the city get its name?
Well, Boonville, named after obviously Daniel Boone and his family.
Okay.
He was one of the first families that they brought in to the area, and he hunted and kind of explored this area. But his two eldest sons found a natural salt spring across the river, and it became known as the Boone's Lick. His two eldest sons, Daniel Morgan Boone and Nathan Boone, it was a business where they would boil the water, and when the water evaporated, they were left with the salt. And salt was such an incredible commodity back in those days. And so they packed the salt and they shipped it down the river to St. Louis and St. Charles. And so those first settlers came in this area because of the Boones and the Boone's Lick.
Oh, wow.
And so the town was named after them.
Oh, wow, that's very interesting. Thank you. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do in your daily job as tourism director?
One thing I love my job. It is such a wonderful thing. I get to deal with unique and wonderful people that come in on a daily basis. I deal with a lot of bus groups and visitors that come in. I get to man this incredible space, which is our visitor center and museum. We highlight kind of a transportational history of the area with a lot of really unique items. We have a great retail space, and so this is really my daily job. I was getting to run this space, but we also deal with marketing and social media, and just really letting people know what a great space this is, and what a great town it is to visit.
Yes, well, thank you. So from here, we're heading on to Jefferson City. Is there anything any advice you can give us for
that? Really, this next leg of the trail is probably some of the prettiest areas that you get to see. Going through Rocheport is just an adorable little town. You'll kind of ride through the River Bottoms area, and then past Rocheport, you're kind of riding right along the river, and you've got the bluffs on the other side. So you get to see really unique. There's the bur oak tree, which is like just an incredible sight. So you have to stop and take pictures there for sure. And so it should be a wonderful experience on this next leg of the trip.
Well, thank you. One final question. Is there a weird fact you know and want to share?
One of our most unique attractions here in Boonville is our Katy Bridge. It was the original railroad bridge, and so obviously right now you can't ride over the bridge on the trail. You have to divert up to the highway bridge, but it is now partially restored, and you can ride out onto the bridge. But the time it was built, it was the longest lift span style bridge in the United States. And this particular bridge was built in the 30s, but the one that was before that was in kind of like a pivot style bridge. But it's a really unique perspective of the river, and I definitely encourage you to go out and check that out before you leave town.
Okay, we'll do that. All right, well, thank you so much for doing this with us.
It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you. All right, we're going to be heading out, so catch us for our noon Live from the Road update on our 8 p.m. recap. Talk to you then.